The sun is on the other side.
The sun will come out tomorrow. Hello.
Hi.
Welcome to the show.
Hi, boss. Kalile.
Ali. Why from Kalale? Just Ali.
Hello.
We're not alone. My name is Silo Timba, CBD. With the yellow bone.
Yeah.
And Naomi.
Hello.
Naomi Gumede. An aspiring. Should I call you aspiring? Are you still aspiring or you're a filmmaker now?
I'm a filmmaker.
A filmmaker.
So aggressive. You're not denying it.
You're not denying it, dude.
Why you gotta be out your question that shit? I'll cut you.
How you doing, Naomi? How was your day? How was your morning? What you been up to?
I'm okay. I'm doing well. My morning has been busy because I was preparing for my interview.
Interview for a job.
For a UK scholarship to do masters in film.
Ooh.
So that was quite the thing.
You
Like-
came out like shook up, huh?
Yeah, no,
I
she
needed
came
a
out
drink. I had to keep it together, guys. I don't do that.
How did you end up doing the film thing?
The film thing. So initially, after high school, I wanted to do animation, just balls deep in that animation. But then I went to AFDA, and then they introduced me to the film elements. And I don't know, I started doing more film than animation. And film was much easier than animation, and there was more people with film opposed to filmmakers. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think there was a similar thing. Like there's always like 2 or 3 animators.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like a popular.
Yeah,
thing in
it's
South
not a
Africa.
lot.
And all of the dope ones work for like 1 or 2 companies.
Yeah.
And then, but animation is more like a solitary.
It's its own like film thing.
Yeah.
But we just don't have enough people
To
like,
fill the roles.
Just walking into a party and bumping into another animator is hard.
Sure, but I'm just saying like the actual work in terms of film. Film is like it's interactive. Yeah,
Oh,
that's the thing. But like there's that social element to being with people and whatnot.
Yeah.
In terms of an animator, you probably just get a brief and then you work on your own and then you get a report back and you work on your own. If that's not your type of
Thing.
yeah.
Well, if you know how to do everything, because animation is also similar to live action. Like, you know how you get a director, a gaffer, all those people. You also need a rigger, a modeler, a animator, and all that. So if you don't have those people, then it's going to be extra work for whoever is trying to run that whole show.
Exactly.
Sure.
It's very like it's computer intensive, you know. It's not like physically intensive. It's like sitting there and making sure that this guy's finger bends like a real finger.
Yep.
Editing.
just such a
Yeah,
fucking-
it's more like an editing like
Yeah,
type of crazy strenuous work type vibe.
Yeah.
So it's more like that. It's very interesting. So yeah, what are you working on these days?
At the moment, I'm working on a documentary. So I just got feedback for the outline/script, whatever you want to call it, from the script editor.
Yeah.
So I
What
guess.
does a script editor do? Sorry.
So it's pretty much helping you write the thing and make it more plausible for, with the 3-act structure and it making sense and keeping it concise and compact, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, I had to adjust all of that. And now it's ready for packaging. So producer's hat now. And just trying to get production funding for it because the budget is quite big. So yeah, because it's a experimental or multimedia documentary. It has reenactments and all that. So yeah, it's a lot.
So you need to like it's more than a documentary. You
Yeah,
need to do, like, costing for the actor.
Yeah, documentary drama, pretty much.
Hectic. Does having a script writer or editor change maybe the development of the character?
Well, they make recommendations. So maybe they say the character doesn't have a strong enough goal or motive, etc. Then they would make that comment, and then it's up to you how you want to adjust it. So they don't tell you exactly, like, oh no, do it like this or whatever. They just make recommendations.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. Other than that, man, how was your day, Stu?
How about hey, I found footage, dog.
Are you excited?
Yeah, I found footage, dog. Yeah. I'm excited.
Look at you. This guy was not a filmmaker a year ago. He was living as an imposter. Now he's found his balls and he's out here editing a whole
Doing the
documentary. I'm proud of him. I'm proud.
How where?
Punk ass.
Yesterday we were talking about mental health, or the other day. Do you have mental health problems?
I think so. Well, there's always something to deal with, to grapple with and deal with. So I don't know, if you don't deal with that, or maybe it takes you longer, like, you know, PTSD and whatever, then I consider that mental health and all that.
So like a previous incident which
Yeah.
your mind goes back to.
Yeah. So, you know, when you get triggered or whatever, then something needs to be like resolved, processed and resolved.
Got you. So if you have like a high spike of emotions for something, then you're like, wait,
Yeah.
why?
It's probably not even that. It's probably something else.
Got you.
Yeah.
So then, with that being said, how do you keep your mind like fit so that you avoid being in like bad, negative spaces?
I would say maybe like surround yourself with positive people and try to have like a positive mindset, and also like do research, either watch videos or read books or whatever about self-care, mental care and all that, just to get like a better perspective and tools as to how to deal with whatever is happening, and also to recognize and know for sure what it is, because obviously there's different mental illnesses out there, so it would be good to know for sure what are you fighting with or dealing with first, and then find solutions in terms of how to mitigate that. So yeah.
Do you think the illness part of it makes it like something like a virus? Like you have to catch it?
Yeah, to a degree, because like obviously it's plaguing you and it's within you, and it affects everything else if you're not in good mental standing, if I can say that.
So do you think it's it's an external thing which comes into your life and then affects you, or is it like an internal?
So I think it is external influences, but also you, in terms of how you think and how you process and how you see things. Because end of the day, it's you and what you choose to do with that information or whatever happened.
How you process
how you
external
deal with it and how you handle it. So it can be external influences, but it's you ultimately who makes yourself sick or kills yourself.
Okay, so it's internal then.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, so then do you think people know how to manage that internal function?
I would say some people have a better understanding of how to train themselves to be better or train themselves to be bad. But not everybody is aware that you don't need external forces to make you better. It's all up to you.
Yeah, like do you think you need like a training, like a process, or do you think it's like almost like a truth that you see and then you just don't indulge anymore?
Yeah, I think like you need to be like prompt.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think the problem comes in after we've been conditioned,
Yeah.
because that's when we'd need training. I think if you like, let a baby, say, oh no, don't touch the fire, and then let it carry on. So don't say don't touch the fire because God will be angry with you. How like that's a conditioning to ooh, I mustn't do bad things, God will be angry with me, as opposed to just knowing that that's gonna hurt me, and then that's not good for me. Like you didn't have to, like, I think a person brought up on religion could crack at 30 if you tell them religion is not a thing, because it's the pillar that holds everything together. You know, you can induce mental illness by by killing the information decoder, because that's essentially what it is. It's like if you're born in Africa, you're probably going to end up a Christian, right? If you're born in India, you're probably going to end up a Hindu or Tamil or what. If you're born in Middle East, you're going to end up a Muslim. So like those things are all different operation software that allows you to at least reference or source where and box stuff according to those cultures, because they also have languages which are built around those things. So that's the conditioning. You're conditioned as I am Musilo Demba, conditioned as South African black male. So all the things that I don't do white things, I don't do Indian things, I don't do these things is a conditioning. So if you break that and say, if I was like to hold on to me being Silo Demba black man, and then you say go skiing, and then people laugh at me, and then I start going crazy. No, I'm not a white man. I'm a real black.
But even if I'm all of those things, I still see the other things.
No, that's why I'm saying a deeply conditioned person will not put themselves in a position to question those things, because you have to question them for you to see them and see yourself from them.
No, I'm saying like I'm still exposed to those things. Like
not,
I'm still
not necessarily. Not necessarily.
I can be Silo the black man, South African, but I still see maybe there's a white guy. You still see a South African white guy.
Yeah.
You still see other representation of how people can be.
Yeah.
Right. So
what are you saying?
So what? I guess then it's like, what's preventing me from going beyond what I think I am? If I can see other examples.
Choice. Which is internal, like you say.
Yeah.
Unless you can never see yourself as experiencing a life as a white man.
That's it now. It's because you've boxed it in. Because for me, every time I just speak to all type of people of life, I end up getting to, like, you're so human. Things I thought black people do, you do too. You know, like as people from outside my culture. But then I had to get too close enough to speak to that person, to see them think and not cast an identity on them from inside, from the way I was told. For instance, Abesuits by Delela. It's not true. I'm just making it up so now every time I speak to umuntu who's Lokuzan, who's Sutu, then I'm gonna think about it, and I'm finding everything in the way they speak to me to say, there it is, because I have that at the back of my head, as opposed to just letting the human speak to me. You understand?
So it's the internal limits that have been put there to kind of govern you. I don't know, by whoever conditioned you, even yourself, I don't know, from your surroundings.
But I guess
you have to
when I think of when I just think of a normal human experience, like just growing up, there's a time where I was within myself in which I chose to socialize through observation.
Sure.
As opposed to interaction.
Yeah.
Right. So I viewed interaction as sort of like I'm imposing myself in the context that's happening. Right. So when I sort of removed myself from even necessarily like the pressure of participating, it's like the room just appears. It's like it just shows itself to you. I'm not like, I don't have anything invested in what's happening in the room. So
how young were you when you started?
Like varsity, maybe. I'd say high school varsity.
See, that's something that happens to people at various different, I think, at various different times. For some people, they're able to do that at 6 years old. For me, I was only able to do that 2 years ago. Like sit and observe the room. And I think maybe sometimes when I'm just too shy to speak up an unknown in a room, you know, because I say you can get to that, but if you grow up in a place where you never leave the place that you're from,
Sure.
in a situation where you never leave the place that you're from, you don't know what's human and what's real and what's not, and what's only done here and what's a culture there. Like, because you understanding difference in cultures, like, oh shit, y'all don't eat breakfast in the morning. It's as simple as that. Whereas you come from a home and say, we gotta eat 3 breakfasts, we gotta have porridge, we gotta have, you know, just those simple little slight things. You see that what's gold in your own home, in your own province, in your own city. Is
Like
not gold.
exposure.
Exactly. It's exposure, really.
So are you saying their conditioning, even if exposed, they won't be able to take in new experiences, or the lack of new experiences is the reason for their conditioning?
If they don't observe themselves, stopping themselves. Because it's, angithandi lento, but you haven't tried it.
Okay, so it's a duality.
Like everything else, you know, general relativity, man.
Yeah, accepting that, I don't know, other people are different, or there's other things out there besides your religion or your culture or whatever, then only then you start to be open-minded and you start to expand. But if you keep closing yourself off and saying that, oh no, I don't know, I only believe in these certain teachings and whatever, then you'll remain the same.
I always think it's like when you have something to lose in an experience is where like you get like guarded.
Yeah, but that's essentially now, it's your ego guarding itself, because as human beings, we can all accept Guti. We only learn through repetition, and repetition is a pattern, and our brain loves patterns. So as you, like again, with an abusive relationship, if you've only grown up seeing abusive relationships, and then you get into a relationship and you get 3 relationships where men are beating you up, or a girl is beating you up, or just people aren't nice to you, maybe the common denominator is then you. You know, maybe it's because you look at, and it's very complicated. Every case is case by case, but 9 times out of 10, when you look at the case, is it because my parents had a similar relationship? Now I'm living a similar relationship in my own lives? Because again, we're human. We repeat things that we see. You know, very few things are new under the sun.
So that fog so I look at it as like, if it's observation, when you observe, you're external to whatever is happening, so you don't have any chip in the fight.
Yeah.
So it's easy to be observant because you're not clouded by whatever your desires are within the environment, right?
Yeah.
But once you partake, can you still like partake without just like with still clarity, like with clarity?
Once you decide to enter the room that you've been observing,
Yeah.
you can, but then again, that comes from self-awareness, which is once you willing to see that other people, you are the center of your universe, but there's other universes around you. So sometimes you might speak something that's cool in your universe and offend somebody else's universe, but then you quickly gotta be like, whoa, I didn't mean it the way you received it in your universe. You know, that's part of that's entering the experience of the room and not being guarded, but speaking freely and learning that there are boundaries and stuff of universes around the room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, eh?
Yeah.
I
That's
just think, like,
socializing. That's
there's-
why people get like social drama. What's it called? Social anxiety.
Yeah, social anxiety.
Because you have to.
It's a lot,
Am I
yeah.
gonna do it right? They all think I'm a loser. You know.
Yeah.
It's part of it, because you have to. Then when somebody says something you don't like, also react. Like, why is it pissing you off? And then why is them saying it pissing you off? Now you have to like go through that calculation while smiling in real time and go, oh, okay. So did you watch the game yesterday? You know, type of thing. social anxiety.
Social
It's
anxiety.
easier when you're a kid. You got lots of energy.
But do you care as a kid? I don't know. I guess when you get to a certain age,
I think as a kid, you sort of like trying to like. So I feel like you almost keep the same, not necessarily, but like the hierarchy that you create as kids.
Yeah.
It sort of becomes like that's almost around that group. That's always almost like the thing that
It's
comes
cemented,
back.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like cemented. So it's like as a kid, you don't even know what's necessarily happening. You're just trying to stick out, or you're trying to be heard, or you're trying to be
trying to
whatnot.
not be with your parents.
Trying to be cool with your friends.
Yeah. I mean, being a kid is tough.
Yeah, it's tricky.
I mean, you don't have to pay rent, but it's still tough, you know. Some of our friends don't make it. How's it like walking around KZN as a weirdo?
as a weirdo.
I mean, you're not normal. I mean, you're not your average like KZN girl. You've got red hair.
I don't know if
Sure, machos.
I don't know if I pay attention to that anymore because obviously there's the catcalling, which everybody
What's that?
gets.
Go.
Wemban.
It's like, oh, fuck
So
me. Or ginger, whatever. I'm not even ginger, bro. I'm blind. Let's just fucking start there.
Dog,
Ginger root. I don't know how many times I've heard that.
if it hits, my nigga.
But I don't know if I don't know if they see all of that, so they just see, I don't know, female body anymore. It's like, okay, whatever. They just see what ass and legs, whatever. I don't know
That's all
anymore.
they know, though. Like that's all they've gotten to know. Like to be fair.
So, and the catcallers, it's a specific demographic. So I don't know if they see other things too. Maybe there's a focal point that,
What
you know,
demographic is this?
you know, bruh.
We are ill-informed.
You know.
We are ill-informed.
It's only them, bro. It's only them that deliver each time. They don't miss a mark. It's like, okay, there we go. There we go. Walking into the zone now. Okay. What are they going to look at? Cool.
Fucking
Yeah.
hilarious. Yeah.
Is that the rough part of being a woman?
Yeah, I guess. It just feels like they don't see anything else. You know, you trying with the pink hair, whatever. Just see ass and legs.
It's so risky.
Oh wait, but maybe the pink is the thing that
Attracts
caught the eye.
them.
Yeah, that when
It caught the eye. I was
And then it went down to
pink
the
against
ass and
green,
legs.
dog. Come on, pink against green. And Deborah's got a lot of trees. Yeah,
It makes you wonder if they do this to the other races or they just feel comfortable with their own race.
Nah,
Yeah.
they do it. I went to a boys' school. They do it.
To everybody.
Everybody. I mean, maybe it's different. It's different. With Zulu's hilarious. I mean,
Yeah.
even though it's looked down upon today, like Slu always says, Uguti, like, yes, some girls are offended by it, but some girls actually like it.
Yeah.
You know? And it's
There's some girls in
They're
here,
like,
a female
oh.
who
They
and it's
thrive.
I still got it.
It's-
I will pass some men, and they go crazy.
I guess.
Still got it. Did you see that? Yeah, they saw that ass.
Okay, I guess that's true, but it depends what level it's on. So I guess
That's what I'm saying. It's
yeah,
your
yeah,
preference.
yeah. It depends, on your level.
So
and
it's
your
not the
preference.
cat calling. It's just that it's not your preference.
Yeah, it's not your demographic.
It's like
Yeah.
hooting, maybe you'd hate it if a guy would like, beep, beep, hey, mommy.
yeah.
Sure, mommy. Full
Yeah.
right, mommy.
But in
Yeah.
a Bugatti,
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
a polo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not judging polos. I've got a bicycle. I don't have a car.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in a polo, maybe most girls will say no.
Yeah, different story.
But in a Mercedes, in a Bugatti,
Yeah,
in
yeah,
a
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Devs.
You know,
in a Bugatti, could he say bitch? I don't know. Maybe I think, like, what type of car are you rolling where you say, "Hey, bitch," and he looks at like, and he's like, yes.
I think you need your jet keys hanging around.
Yeah.
Wait, in which country?
In which country?
But like, you can still be part of the 1% in any country.
Yeah, there's always target markets, and there's always a person
Exceptions.
that catcalling works for someone, and then that Bugatti works for someone, that private jet works for someone.
Yeah. But Ipo guys, come on. How many, like, what percentage is not shaking for Bugatti?
I mean, I see the, hey bitch, yo man, I put when a Zulu man rock up in the Bugatti and go, yeah, that's fair.
Oh,
man.
wow.
I'd be interested to see that social experiment.
I'm sure he'd be able to hook some fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think personally a Bugatti is overkill.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Like I think
there's always a
because
person.
here's the thing about a Bugatti. You're going to do it to the wrong girl who doesn't even know what a Bugatti is. Because, it's a geek car. Only certain target market of girls actually know.
Oh, who
what a
understand.
Because
Oh,
most
so
girls don't
those who
even know
don't
the
value
difference
it.
between an i10 and an i20.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
You know, like, so like a Bugatti, you got to be something that's on TV, that's been seen, that Kim Kardashian's been in. Then...
It has to be recognizable.
And this is not for all women. I'm saying for the majority of women, that would be, I don't know. I'm not talking.
Willing to drop some standards for that Bugatti.
How?
I dropped
Why
some-
does it have to be dropping standards now?
I dropped some standards for a
What
fat
else
ass.
is it, bruh?
What, like, okay, wait.
When you accept.
How are we qualifying standards?
Okay, yeah. Let's
I mean,
unpack
it's
that
simple.
one.
Yeah, like, how are we qualifying standards?
Girls like wealth and security. Guys like fat asses. Okay, most black guys.
So
Guys like
I get,
gorgeousness and ass.
so I guess your Bugatti meets her